Anyone who knows me in real life knows that one of my favorite pieces of advice to give to anyone is to just go ahead and eat the cake, because life is too short. And as an ER nurse, I see that every single day. But 2 years ago, on September 25th, I became a trauma patient in my own ER. And I'm going to tell you the story while I make some vegan brownies. And before I get started, if you're going to judge me for how messy I am during this video, please just block me. Just bye. My now fiance and I were on a travel contract about an hour and a half-ish away from where we live. So it was about 60 miles or so. And our travel company called us one day and they said, hey, guess what? Surprise, we're cutting the stipend unless you're over 100 miles. So we were like, okay, well, we'll just cancel the contract. And they said, no, we already paid the hospital for you guys, so you'd have to buy us out. So we were like, that's fine, we'll just commute. We used to take turns driving. Somebody would sleep on the way there, someone would sleep on the way back, and we worked night shifts, so it worked out that we would each get a nap one way or the other. Anyway, on this particular day, he decided to be a gentleman because it was like our fourth night shift in a row, and he was like, hey, I'm good, I'll drive. And then probably around 8 a.m., he was like, hey, I'm not good, let's pull over. So we did. We went and got coffee, we got a donut, we listened to some 90s rap, we did a couple of laps, we watched some TikToks, and then he was like, you know what, I'm good, we can go home. So we got back in the car and I laid my seat back to take a nap. The next thing I remember was there being shattered glass everywhere and being kind of dazed and waking up in a cloud of smoke and hearing the lane corrector alarm going off repeatedly. Unfortunately, he had fallen asleep at the wheel, and when the lane corrector alarm started going off, it startled him, so he put his foot down on the gas pedal and accelerated us at approximately 110 miles per hour into the back of a truck and sent us airborne, in which we rolled about 5 or 6 times off the side of the highway. Now, because I was asleep and I sleep on my side like a dinosaur, my leg slipped in between the chair and the door of the car. And every time the car rolled, because I didn't have my seatbelt on, my leg took more and more of the impact, and it was pretty much completely crushed. My fiance was catapulted from the front seat into the back seat, and he ended up breaking his neck and his ribs in multiple places. I, of course, thought I was fine and tried to walk on my leg that was broken in 16 places to the side of the road, and then quickly lost my blood pressure and fell over. I started hallucinating and yelling at some man I thought name was Pablo in Spanish that no one else saw, and then I woke up with a large bruise shaped like a handprint on my back. We were taken by ambulance back to the hospital that he had worked at for 5 years, and I'd worked there for 18 years, and we had both worked thousands and thousands of traumas in this trauma room with the team that took care of us and cut our undies off. I ended up having emergency surgery on my leg, and it took me 4 months to learn to walk again. My fiance ended up in a C-collar for 3 months, and he ended up winning a triathlon after that. You never think something like this will happen to you until it does. So it's 2 a.m., and I'm going to go ahead and take my own advice and eat some cake, because life's too short not to.